Let's take a look at the chart action for AMC. I haven't done a video on AMC in a while, and I haven't even really been looking at this chart, but I saw a hashtag on Twitter that said AMC strong, and I wanted to check out the chart. So here's what I'm looking at, and it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't look like it's being that strong right now. The last time I was looking at this, we had this triangle pattern or potential pennant pattern with this flagpole like this, and then we were bouncing in between these two trend lines. We had a top and a bottom. I was thinking if we break to the upside, then AMC might go higher, or we could start getting more confident that's going to go higher, but it looks like we got rejected and it started heading down. I'm actually not invested in AMC, but I'm just looking at this chart for fun. The other thing that I was looking at is we had support right here and support right here. I was watching this trend line going like this. We actually got a bounce right here, pushing up, but in general we started heading back down, and we started forming this trend line right here where we had resistance, resistance, resistance. I had a trend line going like this. I was thinking if we break this trend line going to the upside, then maybe it will change direction. We actually broke this trend line going up, but it looks like we're getting a little bit more resistance and we're starting to get rejected again. The other thing, let's go ahead and just delete everything and let's focus on what's happening right now. At that point, you could argue that we also had support right here, and support right here. We had this support line going like this, and it looks like we just broke this trend line going to the downside. I'm on the daily time frame right now, and the other thing I'm looking at is resistance, resistance. So we had a triangle pattern, maybe something like this, and it looks like we're breaking to the downside. The volume is actually coming in red too. It looks like we're getting some pretty decent red volume. The next levels that I'd be kind of looking at if I was focusing on AMC, I don't really care about it too much. I'm just looking at this for fun. But if I was wanting to pick up more, I would probably look at the previous bottoms. Let's do some horizontal lines at these bottoms right here. We had, and let's go ahead and set these up as orange. We had support right here, support right here, and support right here. We were holding support, and then we got that bounce. This level is sitting at around 8.91, and right now we're sitting at 13.56. The other levels that I'd be looking at, if we could probably copy and paste this and do another one maybe right here. This was another bottom that we had at this level over here at around 5.56. So in general, as long as we're trending down and pushing to the downside, I'm thinking that it might come down to these levels at around 890 or 550, 56 should I say. Also, we can kind of zoom out a little bit. Let's go into the weekly time frame. We also have a bottom right here. I'm wondering, and it looks like we're kind of right at that level right now. Let's go ahead and do another copy and paste and put one maybe right here, something like this. We have this support, this support, this support. We kind of broke it right here, but it's kind of like an average. This level is sitting at around 11.87, and like I said, right now we're sitting at around 13. I'm kind of curious where it's going to get a bounce at, but in general, I think as long as we're trending down, I'm looking at these orange levels, the previous bottoms right here, and potentially over here. I think another thing we could look at are the resistances. We have resistance, 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 resistance. Let's go ahead and set up some trend lines because we have a couple of them. We have one going down like this, and then we have another one, maybe something like this. Let's go back to the daily time frame so we could get a better look at this. So in general, I'm watching these trend lines, and until we break these trend lines going to the upside, something like that, then I'm assuming that it's going to help push us down, or it's going to give us trouble in general. Once we do break the trend line going to the upside, then I think that'll be a bullish signal, or more of a bullish signal. Like I said, I'm not really interested in AMC. I just kind of looking at this chart for fun, and because I saw that hashtag and I was kind of curious, I was wondering maybe it started to get a bounce up, but right now in my opinion it kind of looks like we broke this support right here and now we're heading down. Like I said, we have this triangle pattern like this where we had resistance and resistance. We have kind of like a triangle pattern that we broke to the downside with some red volume right here. Maybe we could target from the top to the bottom of this triangle, maybe do something like this from the top to the bottom, drag this to the breakout, and this gives us a target of around 9.86. It kind of lines up with this previous bottom at around 8.90. So yeah, like I said, I'm not sure that AMC is looking so strong right now, but we are heading into these lower levels where we've gotten bounces before in the past. I've been kind of watching AMC GameStop just for fun, just because you hear a lot about a short squeeze, but in my opinion, I'm kind of wondering if this was it and it's kind of over right now. We'll have to wait and see, but what I'm thinking is it does look like it's heading down lower. If you guys like these technical analysis videos, hit the thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one.